Hey, what's up? It's your boy Really Rick Reviews from the 80 Ways Media Podcast. If you rocking with the vibes, drop a like on this video and let's start the show for the show. Hey, what's good? It's your boy Really Rick from the 80 Ways Media Podcast, man. And today what we're doing is we're talking about a black inventor who was just charged with child molestation. I mean, I hate to bring stuff like this up because it's just a L for everybody, man. It's just a L for humanity. It don't have to just be an L for black people, man. It's an L for humanity. I mean, child molestation is a serious topic. It's a big issue. It's gotten to the point, man. Women who are, man, you know what? I'm gonna leave it for the end of this video. Please stay to the end of this video so I can get y'all how I really feel about this. But let's read this article real quick, man. Let's just read this article because how I really feel about it is totally different. So, viral black inventor Lamont Pearce arrested for child molestation. From clean water to criminal charges, Lamont Pearce's fall from grace is wild and worrying. Woo, this is one of those stories that starts off inspiring and ends in a total jaw drop. Lamont Pearce, a proud Jackson State graduate, once made headlines for being a black inventor to watch. Back in the day, he had all the makings of a feel-good success story. HBCU educated, innovative, and passionate about solving real problems in his community. I like to hear it. I like to see it's already sounding promising. His big idea, a clever little device called Clean Straw, designed to help with water filtration, especially in areas like Jackson, Mississippi, where water contamination has been a year-long crisis. Inspired by a design he found on Thingiverse, a 3D printing blueprint platform, Lamont reworked it into a functional on-the-go straw filter. It was sleek and practical and affordable, and people were impressed. After debuting his idea at Summit, he secured a patent, launched a full-on company, and a website, cleanstraw.com. It was giving young inventor energy. It was giving purpose. It was giving black excellence. But now it's giving felony charges, and not the kind you can explain away. 5 years after launching Clean Straw, Pearce has reportedly been arrested and charged with extremely serious crimes, child molestation and child abuse. Yeah, you read that right. The very man once celebrated for creating something meant to protect and serve the public is now accused of harming the most vulnerable among us. And they absolutely are that. I'm going to touch on that, so please stay to the end of this video. Excuse me. So, people are saying sick bastards. This is the Gwinnett County crime. So Gwinnett County is where he's hosted it, held it. Let's be real, this isn't just disappointing, it's deeply disturbing. The details of the case are still emerging, and as always, we'll let the legal system do its thing, but let's not sugarcoat, and these are not minor accusations. And if they are proven true, they paint a very dark picture of a man who once stood in the spotlight as a community hero. And for many of us, especially those who rooted for him early on, this hits hard. It's a reminder that sometimes the people who talk the biggest game about helping others are hiding ugly truths behind the scenes. So let's look at these charges. Oh my gosh, they got him on 6 counts. Oh my goodness, bear with me, people. I'm about to read this. Oh man, so they got him on. It looks like the date for this was 2024, July 2024. They got him on aggravated child molestation, another count of child molestation, employ, use minor to engage and assist personally in sexually explicit conduct for visual medium, use computer to serve, solicit child at least 14 years of age to commit illegal acts if offender is 18 or younger, 16 or younger. Did I say 16? I'm sorry. And possess or control any material depicting minor and sexually explicit conduct. So I'm going to just explain what I think it is. I think he had pictures or video of him doing sexual acts with the minor. With the child. I don't mean to say a minor because there's a difference. And I'm going to point that out to y'all. Stay for the end of this video. because there definitely is a difference. And if I'm reading, it says, okay, 18 years or younger, so you can't have them on video at all if they're not, if that's the case. All right, so it also brings up something uncomfortable but important. Just because someone has a great idea, a degree, a website, or even a patent, doesn't mean they're automatically a good person. We love to live success stories, especially when they're black, brilliant, and rooted in real world impact, but we can't be afraid to hold people accountable when they must break trust in the worst possible ways. So what happens now? Pierce will have his day in court. The justice system will do what it's supposed to. But for those of us watching from the sidelines, it's a stark reminder that innovation doesn't excuse harm. And if you can't filter out the truth of the straw, no matter how clean it looks on the surface. So let's continue on, man. I want to kind of leave this part of the page right here, but we're gonna just switch back real quick. So what I have to say about this is the first thing I'm gonna point out is a minor and a child are two different things. I know people want to say that they're the same thing, but hear me out. There's a lot of people who have been taking care of themselves since they was 14 years old, and they've lived a lot of life. So mentally, they have this strain and this maturity on them about life, even though they're making dumb decisions. You can still make dumb decisions as you get older, but even though they're making dumb decisions, to me personally, and this is my opinion, there is a difference between a minor and a child. So this is child molestation. All right. So we need to know that this wasn't a 17-year-old he was doing this with. And a lot of people are going to say it's the same thing because it's so bad. You have to say that. Now, I'm not making excuses. What I'm trying to say is messing with children is what I'm talking about. You're not a child if there's a statute of the law that can make you get like charged as an adult. So at 14 years old, I think it's in the state of Texas, at 14 years old, you can get charged as an adult in the case. You can't do that as a 10-year-old. You see what I'm saying? You could be 10 years old and you're not going to get charged as an adult. You see how there's a difference there? That's why I'm telling you that there's a difference between a minor and a child. And you have to know the difference. Yes, we know that that is very young. 14 years old is very, very young. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of people who start to take care of themselves at 14 and 15 because of bad parents. It's a lot of them. Don't think, oh, there's just a few people. No, there's a lot of fucked up families. Excuse my French. There's a lot of messed up families. So that's why when I see cases like this, because we see them a lot. It's similar with the R. Kelly case. He had 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds and 15-year-olds. And Aaliyah herself was 15. That's not, as sick as that may be, that's not as bad as children to me. Like, for some reason, because I know a lot of times women have went through puberty by the age of 11, 12, 13, and you've had these spots in your underwear for a little while. So you're kind of understanding it. Messing with people who don't get the spots on the underwear, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff that I really despise. And that's because I do have, there is people that I know personally that are regular guys or whatever, probably just couldn't get the girls that they wanted in high school, or it took them a while to become an attractive man, and now they got older and women younger than them want to date them, like, you know what I'm saying? And they look at it like, man, I'm actually vibing with this person, because you still have a childlike mindset and there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just pointing that out. You know what I'm saying? You still have a childlike mindset and there's really nothing you can do about it. But this says that they're taking child pornography pictures, and we don't mess. I can't condone it I can't condone it. Period. But it's some things that the law will put in place to protect people, like they're put in place to protect 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, stuff, around that teenage age where you start to become rebellious and you want to be out, but you still need guidance. The law was put in place for that, but biology says that they're ready to mate. Because of that, we say that they're not. I'm just saying, like, God said that they're ready to mate because they're, even in the Bible, they're ready to mate and bear children by the time they start having periods. We say no is an age. You have to wait till you're. So that's why I'm telling you this. I'm not in no way, shape, or form making it seem like it's okay. This is not okay. But I'm saying like there's limits. Like I have plenty of people, women in my family who have dated older men and they were way younger. I'm talking maybe 20 years they're single, they're seniors. So I understand where it comes from. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I get it, but I don't get it past the if they're not able to bear children, I don't get that. You see what I'm saying? That's basically what I'm trying to say. They have to be able to bear children. Then I understand why any man or any woman did what they did was because they were able to have a child. Now, even though law and society says that it's not okay, law and society says that it's not okay, you're too young, okay? Biology and science and God says something different. Y'all follow me? So, but this has nothing to do with his case. I'm sure that this was a child, they said child molestation. All right. It would have been soliciting underneath a minor or something like that. It would have said something about a minor, a real minor, like just somebody under the age of 18. It would have never said anything about child molestation. And I'm one of those people who I don't play with kids. Like, so I really I don't get right with this. I don't want any children and I don't play about children either. Like I don't like how vulnerable they are. Um and how subjective they are to anything somebody, they're like a sponge. They're literally a sponge. A child is literally a sponge. Literally. Like a sponge that you buy from the Family Dollar or from your local Home Depot or whatever. They're literally a sponge. They can't move. They can't soak up anything unless you drop something on them and you move them. So I don't like that idea because we know in the wrong hands, it's going to go left. And a lot of times that's what's happening. I don't know how he got access to minors, but because he's a HBCU graduate and he's a guy with his own business, and even looking at this picture, I can see it in him a little bit that's what he would be interested in. Um, and I don't understand. They call them. They say it's a form of pedophilia, but women lie. Young girls lie all the time. Like there's plenty of minors that want to sleep with Chris Brown, especially if they're already sexually active. They want to sleep with Chris Brown. Chris Brown is 35. So just follow where I'm going with this. Like there's life, and then there's things there are lows that you can't come back from, and that's what this situation is here today. This is a low that you can't come back from. I mean, you have a good business. Now they've added, and that's another thing. They've put your face to the business now. So now, even though we can use the straws, we don't want you. So this business is gonna fail just because you did this. When you should have, it's no way around it. I wonder if you could sell the business now, we could still get the economic uses of it, because your name being attached to it isn't gonna work out. And this stuff is sad, you know what I'm saying, because he's probably attracted to sponge women. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men like women that they can teach something to, that they can show something to, and if it's sexual stuff that I'm showing you, even better. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of men who like virgins and stuff. Me personally, I don't. I don't know how to navigate that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be the one that wants to teach you this, that, and the third. You should already have the skills necessary to come knocking at my door, if that's what I'm interested in you for. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's been some virgins that I was interested in back in the day and stuff like that. But for the most part, if I'm looking for a sexual experience, I'm not going to just think of a virgin. I don't want to show you anything. I want you to already have skills. You know what I'm saying? So it can be a fun experience and it's not some learning experience. Nobody wants to learn all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I already know. So that's been the end of this video. It's your boy Really Weak Reviews, man. I'm giving you the raw, man. I'm giving it to you real, bro. Let's get it. Drop a like on this video, comment, man, what y'all think about this case here, man. This is crazy, bro.